Hey, welcome everyone. Pat Mitchell here with Tricktrades, and today I'm going to be discussing my trade on Apple weekly options on a Friday. We are not going to be discussing typical Tricktrade strategy when it comes to levels and level execution. Today we're going to be looking at a little bit of an offset of the strategy, something to do a little more so with trend and trend formation and how to execute and use trend lines as a wall of support or resistance to protect you in your trade. So if that's something you're interested in learning about, make sure to stick around, like, share, and subscribe. And if this isn't something you are interested in, well, beat it, nerd, because we got work to do. So let's hit these charts, folks. Let's rock and roll. Okay, now that we are into the charts, I want to discuss Apple. I took one trade today. You'll see that there are two executions, though, two separate trades. I took Apple long yesterday, and like I said in the previous trade recap, I held overnight by accident. I cleared my position off in town via mobile. It didn't clear the full position off. It left a contract on. Cleared that off for a small loss of like $60. But you'll see my entries, and we'll go over the P&L and all that here in a couple of minutes. First, I want to discuss trend and how trend protects you in these trades. So we've got a real short-term trend on Apple daily chart. It's something that I watch quite a bit. And since we were confirming a weekday yesterday, I had all the confidence in the world to average into a position and use this trend as my guide. Okay, so that would be roughly what I was risking off of, was this trend. So let's go over the trade that I took, and then we'll go over P&L and executions and all that. So what I was looking for first thing in the morning was a pop up. I wanted to see the stock ramp up. It didn't. It just kind of huddled, dropped, and then popped back up. So as we popped back up, I was waiting. I didn't want to execute yet because I wanted it higher. The 50 EMA on the 1 minute is somewhere in this neighborhood. Now, as that's where I wanted it. It didn't give me that. As this candle started sputtering out, I executed before it started really washing out. I figured it would just wash out. I figured it would do this right away. It didn't. So on this candle here, although it closed red, as it came up, as it popped up, I executed, trying to get my average better. I really wanted to average into a nice size position. I didn't get that opportunity, but I was in with enough size on this to make my money. Because remember, I'm risking off of this trend line. I do not care what it does, okay? I want it higher, okay? A lot of people get freaked out when these stocks come higher once they enter. You got to think reverse. Like, don't get all freaked out because the stock comes up if you're short. See that as an opportunity. Now, that doesn't mean that you just keep adding and adding and adding and adding until you say, oh shit. Not that. You're trying to get a better average into your risk level. Okay, so like I said, I didn't get that, but I still had contracts on, and then simply paid myself out on washes, and then I just took it off as SPY is starting to base. Now with that said, I do believe Apple is going to come down on the daily chart today, down to the 9 EMA. And the 9 EMA is somewhere in this area. It's right in here. Okay, it bottomed out at the 5 EMA on the daily, but the 9 EMA is somewhere in this neighborhood. Okay, now, and I can easily see that as this daily candle is forming. I can see it coming down there, but I'm okay with that. It's Friday. I want to be done with the day. I want to go enjoy. So let's go over these entries. So here are my executions. You can see that I entered in a few times. First one was on that candle. The secondary entry, just like I said, as it popped up, trying to get my average better, and then it just washed out. Got in one more ad before it finally really started dumping out. I knew it was about to dump out, so I wanted to get in with a little bit more size, especially after paying myself a little bit. So sure enough, it comes in. And my best entry was in and around 50. And up top here, we got a high of about $1.25 or so, $1.24, $1.25. So again, another 100% trade on this. We get these very, very often at Tricktrades. And if you think that this is unrealistic, come to Trick Trades. You'll see that we do this every day. You can take a look at all of my old trade recaps. No, I'm not trying to be an asshole and throwing that in people's faces, but this is a very consistent strategy, and I would love to share this with people, but I will keep the strategy for members only. And you'd have to come to tricktrades.com to come take a look. And both memberships will give you the strategy as well. You just get a little more one-on-one experience with the mentoring membership. So again, it doesn't need to be difficult. Friday, as part of my rules, before you guys go anywhere, this is one of my number one rules that has kept me profitable and safe for almost a decade in the markets, is on Fridays, I do size down quite a bit. And that's why on Fridays, generally, you'll see smaller P&L. So locking in about $2,000 on the day, I'm completely fine with that. It's been a hell of a week. I just wanted to share this with you guys. Again, follow me on Parler at Trick Trades, all capital letters. And if you're on Twitter, you can follow me at TrickMitch1, all lowercase. So until Monday, folks, have a great one. Just as a heads up, I'm going to be doing some traveling next week. I'm not too sure which day, so there will obviously be a couple of days where there won't be any trade recap. So anyways, folks, on that note, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and spend some time with those loved ones, and we'll catch you later. Adios.